I'm live. Hello.
Shay here. I think I left him in the car. But real quick, I want to make this video while I have time because in a couple of hours I will be back in front of my laptop doing credit work. But for right now, I really, really want to push the home base business special for today because the end is midnight. I went home to get a hoodie. It was a little chilly out, but um, the temperature is picking up. I saw that it was even raining in Detroit, right? So you all show some digital love. Hit the thumbs up if you're watching this live, or even if you're watching on the replay. So I won't be looking too much at my comments. But after this, I'm going to begin to dive heavily in teaching credit, pushing credit, right? Because I just checked my email from PenFed, and I know that JP Morgan and Chase, the pioneer or the guru of banks, right, just set the standard to a 700 credit score, 20% down, one of their mortgage loans options. But I keep saying this. Credit unions are in economic hardship. Always trumps banks, right? Credit unions and economic hardship always trump the banks. So that's JP Morgan's move, but that's not what the credit unions are doing, right? And other banks may follow suit to JP Morgan because they are, you know, the guru. That's the pioneer bank. So with that being said, if you have already joined with me in your home-based business in the last 3 days, I think I started talking about this Saturday, or 3, 4 days, whatever it is. This is what I want to send this message to you or this recording for you. What I want you to do now is to make sure that you send me a friend request on Facebook because I have already started deleting some friends and active friends on there to make room for my business partner, right? And so some people, when you enroll for your business, you have your birth name, but your Facebook profile has a totally different name. And so if you don't have a Facebook account, I need you to create one. I know other sites are more popular, but our private training goes on in Facebook groups. And so don't get confused either, right? A lot of private training for businesses goes on in Facebook groups because Facebook offer those options to have group training and groups and things like that that other social media platforms do not offer. So I need you, if you have not sent me a friend request on Facebook, you have my email once you enroll. If your name is differently from one when you enroll, I need you to send me a screenshot with my email and say, hey, I joined you in the business. I took advantage of the 129 stimulus credit. I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's getting too hot or something. But I need you to, once you get added to the private Facebook group, I need you to of training going on. Our group leaders, the CEO of the business, big district directors, millionaires, thousandaires, a lot of testimonials going on, people who had lost their jobs. Look, I would rather you open or begin your home-based business as a luxury people. But unfortunately, a lot of people have to begin this business. My very first level was home-based business. And I'm still with those same people 5 years later, right? Still with the same mentor, still with the mentor to millions, still get mindset mentorship, because it takes a different mindset. So some people you are forced to do this, and some people you still can be fortunate to do it, but you need to do it. Again, it goes back to $229 after Eastern Standard Time tonight. So that's that about the business. Now I wanted to also discuss, there are a lot of people, and don't forget to YouTube like that algorithm. So make sure you hit the thumbs up. Trying to get my green veggie on the go, right? Make sure that you're getting your green veggies and fruits rich in vitamin C. Get your vitamin D from the sun. Build your immune system. Your gyms open back up. Get your cardio on when that happens. And get your sauna on, right? Get your sauna and your cardio. I can't even see how many people are in here because my phone. But I hear some people on this platform, I call it YouTube University, right? It's just a wealth of information, who's informing or instructing or highly advising people to save money right now. I see only one thumbs up. What's up, YouTube? You all hit that thumbs up. 12. What's 12? Oh, 12. Okay, I got you. But I need all of you all hit the thumbs up then. Because now I'm in a shaded area. And yeah, so lightly, don't smash, but lightly tap the thumbs up. Right. So now I can kind of see my phone screen a little better. I hear some people that's advising to save money right now. All right. So if you know anything about economics and the economy, you understand that when I say we, the United States is headed into a hello, Foster, what we call a hyperinflation, right? So let me make it simple. Every day that your dollar is being stored or saved, you're losing purchasing power, meaning that the pricing of everything except gas, which enter a deflation, and that's just because of the oil prices. And I'm really expecting gas to increase within the next couple of weeks, along with groceries, right? That will push into a hyperinflation. Now, inflation is a slow increase of pricing on goods and services. Hyperinflation, hello, is almost a 50% increase, 50% price increase, or price, uh, peak on pricing in goods and services. So what's stagflation, right? Stagflation is when unemployment is high along with groceries and gas. And then I'm going to make this up, right? You're going to have creditflation. What's creditflation? Creditflation is going to be when FICO 10 hits in July, and banks really put a credit freeze, but not necessarily banks putting a credit freeze, but your credit score either increasing 20 to 40 points or decreasing. So if you're anywhere on that 700 level right now, you need to be leveling up at a high rate, right? As fast as these prices are going to peak or increase, that's how fast you need to be on road runner speed mentality right now of getting things done with your credit. Why is that? Well, because again, if you're able to get Okay, it came back in. Okay, it came back in. So now you have the credit crisis that's scheduling, which means FICO 10 is going to lower people's credit score. So they won't have credit cards to use in case of emergency and a safety shelter, right? That's what you should be focused on. It's really a good thing, I think, that you're in quarantine right now because you have people that's not going to go and spend their money, right, because of capitalism. So what's capitalism? Every month there is something centered around taking your money if your mindset doesn't change. For example, hundreds and hundreds of dollars around Easter time, whether it's just new clothing, eggs, Easter basket. Every month of the year is designed to take your money. So we're in April. In May, it would have been graduation, right? So graduation will not occur this year. Graduates and things. No, no vacationing, no spring break, right? You may qualify for a stimulus increase, and some people have their tax returns that they're sitting on. So this is what I would say. If you were the smaller percentage of Americans who did not have, trying to see this connected, who did along with no excuse. Because even if you are not quarantined, you're able to go to and fro and you have to work, even gas prices are dropped right now, right? Even the gas pricing is dropped. Is this, I'm trying to make sure, I don't know if it's still connected or not because I'm receiving a signal. So gas prices are dropped. You are in a position right now where you can have 2 or 3 months of saving when and if the economy enters into stagflation, which is high unemployment and high pricing, especially with groceries and gas, because the OPEC deal was reached, meaning that the gas production will be lowered, right? Gas production will be lowered, which will more than likely cause an increase or a peak back in the gas pricing. So this is the time that if you did not have $400 saved, now I know you may be wondering or questioning why would I tell anyone to save if your purchasing power is depreciating by hyperinflation or even stagflation, because you don't know your security of your job or your finance. There's some people who still have jobs, but they've been notified that they have a 15-20% decrease, right? When the economy is open again, you don't know if your job still will be available, if you be furloughed, if you will have hours cut. So you need to have money stacked and saved for your expenses from here throughout the end of the year, right? You need to have a mentality as if you will not have a job. Now, if you know you will not have a job, but you may have unemployment or some other type of income coming in, but it's significantly lower than what your job income was, this is the time to try to double the dollar, right? Double your dollar. You need to look at not paying off debts, but the type of debts you need to look into paying off. You need to pay up essential bills if you can. Essential bills are now, insurance have just dropped, right? I pay my insurance premiums for the year anyway, annually. I don't pay month to month or by the quarter. But if you're a spouse, or you yourself will be traveling looking for other job opportunities. Make sure your home premium, if you have a house, if you're renting, your rent premium is paid for the remainder of the year. Your vehicles are insured if you are planning on keeping those vehicles and you want repo on those vehicles. Those premiums are paid for the year. If not, then you can continue to pay month to month, right? Essential debts, if you have a house mortgage and you're planning on wanting to keep that home, right? And you have the mortgage to pay up your mortgage a couple of months. Other than that, any other debt is considered unsecured debt. Unsecured debt right now during these times should not be your priority. And I'm not saying get delinquent on them. I'm not saying not pay them, but you might want to look at the minimum payment, right? At least having a minimum payment and keep as many credit cards open as you can and keep the balances low as you can and only use them for emergency situations or for situations in which you are trying to pay on some bills and you're substituting credit cards for now lack of income, right? So you definitely want to do that. Next move is you want to power your dollar. So anything, any skill that you can pick up. Number one, home-based business that I'm introducing is $99 off the regular price. You need to invest in that. It ends at midnight. So many 10 different ways to earn extra income, right? Other passive income opportunities you may want to invest in, or I would invest in. If you want to pick up any trade right now, learn forex trading. For some people are actually using their credit cards for that. How you doing? So if you want to do like forex trading right now, um, stock trading, if you can learn that skill, that makes money whether the market is high or low. Me personally, I wouldn't invest in the long term, but stocks trading right now, definitely this business because it has a credit enhancement entity to it. So if you know FICO 10 is coming in July, and many Americans' credit scores will drop and they will need their credit for emergency in these times, economic times, then definitely you will want to be a part of this home-based business as well. So those are my tips. Now, if you have anything extra, physical silver, it's called supply and demand, right? So that's why physical silver is a great investment because if you don't know, silver is not available right now. It's not available online. Everything is on back order. So anything in physical silver, preferably, or if you know how to trade silver or do options trading, mining stocks, silver or gold. If you have those skill set, physical silver ratio right now is 116 to 1, meaning that silver is greatly overvalued, and a lot of indicators that silver will take off this year, including a lawsuit by and judgment that's pending with the Department of Justice against JP Morgan and Chase. Okay, now I can see. So I guess my connection is back. Feds are printing. Yeah, dollar losing value every day. Um, what else they say? Okay, now I can see. Don't let them fool you, showing the dollar is gaining. Oh wow, they're showing it on CNBC. Someone said, yes, FICO 10 um, is expected to be in effect in July. I've been saying and coming live. That's not too soon. I've been telling you all since January of this year it was coming. I started January 23rd of this year making videos at least once a week or once every 2 weeks about FICO 10 is coming. So it's not too soon. I've been forewarning you all about that. So if you have all your essential bills and debts paid up and you have extra, if the silver becomes more available online. It is available now on eBay, but those are like collectibles. And I didn't see anything on there for an ounce that was really under $30, where you could have got it for under $20 just last month by the ounce for silver rounds or bullions or coins. So so silver is undervalued. JP Morgan hoarded 350 million ounces of silver. So the DOJ, Department of Justice, have a trial. That was 32% of the population. So if you really want, what does it stop you from doing? FICO 10, I'm signing out because I've reached my destination. FICO 10 is now going to look at your 2-year credit history, meaning that the people that used to sell AU trade lines, you don't hear them talking about that anymore. AU trade line was a temporary 30-day, sometimes 60-day credit score increase, not a credit profile improvement, right? Meaning that it didn't get any negatives deleted from your credit report. But what it did was you purchased it from a wholesale dealer and they were selling you someone else's good credit card history, and you was added to that person's credit card history as an authorized user, but you did not have access to their credit cards, right, to use, and you inherited as a result some of their good credit card payment history for usually thousands or hundreds of dollars of what they would charge you to do that. And then I also heard that some people identity issues were shared in that process, but I'm not sure. So now, or you have some people that's doing credit sweeps, and a credit sweep is claiming, and a lot of these claims were false, that you were a victim of identity theft, and as a result, you had some accounts that were on your credit report, like a charge off or a collection as a result. And a lot of people falsified this information. And so when you submitted that information to a credit agency, immediately, if you were claiming to be a victim of identity theft, because of course they don't want identity theft reporting to show or continue to hurt or damage you, if someone stole a credit card in your name and as a result charged it off and it was shown as a charge off. So immediately after mailing or receiving that dispute, they would remove those items only temporarily until they did a thorough investigation. So and it takes them up to 30 days to investigate. So for up to like 30 days, they will be investigating. The agencies would investigate only to find out no identity theft occurred and those accounts were accurately the person, right? And then they reinserted or replaced those items on the account. But some people would still use that strategy for a 30-day time frame when it was temporary. Go apply for some things. Mainly just low things like a vehicle that didn't take much, lending anyway. So that was credit sweep. Well, that won't be effective anymore either, because now when you go to get approval for a vehicle or something else financing, it won't be a 30-day snapshot. It'll be 2 year looking at your credit history. So if you had those charge offs in January and then in April they didn't show, then they're gonna look at how long. Okay, so it takes charge off 6 months to report a charge off. They're gonna see all of their history now, all of their credit profile, right? So then all of that's gonna stop with FICO 10. So now your late payments are going to be weighing in more. And another big thing, your debts. Under the current FICO, right? So have trade lines become obsolete with FICO? Yes, it has. Trade lines are obsolete and ineffective with the new FICO 10. Also, all of your debts are going to weigh in heavily. Your debt ratio reporting. Under the current model, FICO 8, FICO 9, and then 3, 4, and 5 for mortgages, your credit cards, if you kept those balances low, right? But you can have student loans, vehicle loans, and a mortgage debt reporting, which are installment loans, then it wouldn't weigh as much percentage wise on your score with the debt to ratio. So if you kept your credit card balances really low, then you could be in the 700 plus credit score, even with student loan, vehicle debt, mortgage debt reporting. Well, not all of that debt is going to weigh the same in balance, right? So it's good to have your balances low right now, across the board, if you can. So if 50% of Americans did not have $400 just a couple of weeks ago, how do people all of a sudden supposed to pull a rabbit out the hat and save money now? Well, this is what you got to do. You got to increase your cash flow. So with this business for 129, the first step that is taken is you look at your paycheck. If you're fortunate enough to still have your job, and increase your paycheck through the Money Max program legally through certified IRS consultants. Because what people don't understand, that's why I always say you can't budget broke, is that a third of your paycheck is given in taxes if you don't have that completed correctly. And most Americans don't, because most Americans don't have a financial education, right? It won't be harder for me to do credit repair because I've always been doing it the right way anyway. I've always did credit repair under FICO scoring model. I've always looked at the 2-year history. I've never falsified or helped my clients falsify information that they were a victim of identity theft and say do a credit sweep. I never did that. I never suggested a CPN number. Never suggested you buy AU trade lines. I always suggested that you get your W-4 wealth, paycheck pay raise strategy that I have. Get more money out of your paycheck. We have people in our private group who's getting $800 or more out of their paycheck, or they don't have a job, but they're helping people that do have a job, right? And do the W-4 strategy out of their paycheck. So as a result, they get residual income. Then you take that extra money and apply it towards tackling and paying down your debts in a strategic way. And we consult about that. It all depends on the person's strategy and what debt that they have. Um, is silver still available? I just checked. It's still like a back order. SD Bullion, JD, JM Bullion. Yeah, I do still have the silver stacking report. If you don't mind, will you put mine, because I have my nails and it's hard for me to type on my phone. I don't have my stylus, but will you put my website in? It's www.fixbadcredit.com, and you can order that on the page, first page, scroll all the way down to the bottom for a small investment of $25. The number 5 bullion on there brings a 200% return. So once the mints and mines still open, you definitely want to get that, because again, the silver to gold ratio is 116 ounces to 1 gold, which means, I'm just going to put it in simple terms, silver is about to explode. Physical silver, right, is about to explode because your dollar is losing its purchasing power anyway. So the rich and wealthy use it as a safe haven. But make sure you have the things, and you need a home-based business. So if you still have this job, you need to save on your taxes first, look at more money out of your paycheck, and then get more money by having the business. That ends at 129. So I'm going to see you all in a couple of hours. I'm at my investment property, so I have to meet someone in some Home Depot. Thank you all so much. And again, if you have joined me in business, what I want you to do is email me. Hey, I want to, yeah, man. I don't wear, I see a lot of people wearing these, and they look so dirty, they don't even wash them. I'm like, that's more virus, isn't it? I'm like, that's more, germ. They look so dirty and dingy. But you're welcome. Hey, you all join me. I'm gonna be live tonight. I'm gonna get all this handled. That's why I'm here today, early in my condo. Got an appointment, getting the electricity and everything cut on for my tenant. I'm so happy. This is what I'm investing into, real estate, because the dollar is depreciating. So unfortunately, a lot of people will be or have lost their homes or will be if they don't pay in 3 months too. So the real estate market is probably about to go down. Prices are about to go down with it as well. Get that silver stacking report. Look in the description. Join that business 129 home-based business. You will be partnering with me in business, home-based business, Queen of Credit. It'll go back to 229 at midnight. So I'll see you all in a couple of hours live.